एक अंकारा सतगुरु तह प्रसाद सच होय. Waheguru ji ki fateh, Vigyan Vinashan soy. Welcome to another episode of Sooraj Granth in English. In this episode, we will be doing Raas 1.5, the foundation of the good Pratap Sooraj Granth. Bhai Ram Kaur ji used to live with Guru Gobind Singh ji. Bhai Ram Kaur ji dictated the whole history of the Gurus. The history of the Gurus was contained in the Pothis, books written by Sahib Singh ji Likhari. Another source of the history was by Mani Singh ji Shaheed. Bhai Mani Singh ji was a scribe of Guru Granth Sahib ji. Bhai Mani Singh ji was very intelligent and knowledgeable. His writings are also used to write this history, written by Kavi Santokh Singh ji. Other saints had writings as well that were used. Some history was verbal that were told to Kavi ji by eyewitnesses. Kavi Santokh Singh ji traveled from village to village and bound the history in poetry form in beautiful chants, poetic measures. Kavi ji traveled to remote villages where the history of the Gurus was found. Guruji had visited those places and accounts of their miracles were kept there. The history of the Gurus was spread out, and this was the first Granth which had the collection of the complete history of the Gurus written by Kavi Santokh Singh ji. It was like gold mixed in sand. This is the way Bhai Santokh Singh ji collected the gold. The reason to write this history was so Kavi Santokh Singh ji's life would be blessed. He only asked for Sikhi and not money. He did not desire popularity nor glory. He only wanted to sing the glories of the Gurus. Just as butter is contained in yogurt and needs to be churned, Kavi ji churned the history of the Gurus and presented this Granth. The history was analyzed by Kavi ji before writing it, just as the Devtas and demons churned the ocean and took out the priceless gems. This is how the glory of the Gurus was churned. For years to come, the Guru Sikhs would listen to this history and connect with the Gurus. Their love and devotion will grow by listening to this history. The Nanak Prakash Granth was written based on the Janmsakhi of Bhai Balaji. Kavi ji wanted to write the history of the 9 Gurus, but did not get the chance to till he came to Kaithal. Kavi ji was very poor when he wrote the Nanak Prakash Granth. It was written in the village Budia. When the Sikh Rajas found out about Kavi ji's endeavour, they took notice and started to help. The Raja of Patiala, Karm Singh, brought him to Patiala. Kavi ji only stayed there for 2 months. For some reason, it didn't work out. Then, the Raja of Kaithal, Raja Uday Singh ji, Bhai Sahib, Raja Uday Singh ji, found out. He was the descendant of Bhai Bhagtuji, born in the house of Mai Pikhaji. Mai Pikhaji, although blind at that time, asked Guru Ramdas ji for a blessing. A Madani, churning tool, made of gold, used by my daughter-in-law to churn milk, seeing my grandson drinking the milk. Guru Ramdas ji blessed her with eyesight, marriage, children, and wealth. The lineage was thus: Bhai Bhagtuji, Bhai Goraji, Bhai Dayal Das ji, Bhai Desu ji, Bhai Lal Singh ji, and then Bhai Uday Singh ji. Raja Bhai Uday Singh ji was the ruler of Kaithal and a great Gursikh. He would also be included in the Amrit Sanchar ceremonies as a member of the Panj Pyare. Maharaja Uday Singh ji came to Patiala and took Kavi ji to Kaithal and gave him a Haveli house and the Jagir, entitlement of public revenues, of the Mothali village. The Jagir endowed the taxes as income to Kavi ji. That Haveli has been purchased by Sant Kyani Sher Singh ji of Ambala in 2022. The Maharaja requested Kavi ji to write the translations of Japji Sahib. There was a translation written by Sadhu Anandgan, which the Maharaja did not find scholarly. Kavi ji then wrote his version called the Garbganjani. After Japji Sahib, Kavi ji translated the Valmiki Ramayan from Sanskrit to Gurmukhi. It was written in chants so the Khalsa may read the history of Shri Ramchandra ji. This Granth is kept in the Buddha Dal Tosha Khana in Patiala. This Ramayan became quite famous. Then Kavi ji wrote a Vedanta Granth explaining the Upanishads named Atam Puran. That was translated into Gurmukhi. The Granth is in Dehradun Library. Kavi ji spent many years writing these Granths. The history of the Gurus at this point was just a dream. Kavi ji would do ardas every day to find resources on the history of the Gurus. Then all of a sudden, Kaviji got a hold of the Granth, dictated by Pai Ram Kaur Ji. Bibi Pradhan Ji was married to Pai Mor Singh Ji, the son of Pai Ram Kaur Ji. Bibi Pradhan Kaur was a daughter of Raja Ala Singh of Patiala. She had become a widow at a young age and returned to Patiala. She brought the Granths of Pai Ram Kaur Ji along. Raja Uday Singh asked Raja Karm Singh to give the Granths to Kavi Santokh Singh Ji. Kaviji and his wife Bibi Ram Kaur Ji were visited by a Bihangam, celibate Nihang Singh, who came to eat langar. He left a bag for Kaviji. Kaviji thought he may return one day to fetch his bag, but he did not. After a few weeks, Kaviji opened the bag and found that it contained a lot of accounts of the Guru's history. It is believed that the Nihang Singh was a Shaheed Singh, as he was not seen anywhere after the visit. The history was complete for Kaviji by the will of Guru Sahib. After receiving all the resources, Kaviji wrote the history. These were the historical accounts as per Pai Ram Kaur Ji. Guru Gobind Singh Ji was gracious. When Guruji headed towards Nanded, Guruji ordered Pai Ram Kaur Ji to return to his village of Ramdaspur. Pai Ram Kaur Ji did not want to leave Guruji. Pai Ram Kaur Ji said, "Guruji, I only eat after seeing you. How will I eat if I don't see you?" Guruji then replied, "Go hunting every day, and I shall come meet you. Your wish shall be fulfilled." Pai Ram Kaur Ji then returned to Ramdaspur, and Guruji continued to Hazur Sahib. Pai Ram Kaur Ji and Guruji parted ways at Burhanpur. Pai Ram Kaur Ji was attached to Guruji and did not want to leave. He went hunting every day. He would go to the jungle to hunt and visit Guruji. Till he was alive, he hunted every day. He was 99 when he left the earth. He saw Kalgitar Ji every day. When Guruji went to Hazur Sahib, Guruji left this earth to Sachkhand afterwards. The Sikhs in Hazur Sahib were depressed. Jathedar Santokh Singh Ji stayed there, but some Singhs came to Pai Ram Kaur Ji. They folded their hands and bowed to Pai Ram Kaur Ji. They were shedding tears as Guruji had left. They would constantly talk about Guru Gobind Singh Ji. They were in awe of the incarnation that Akal Purkh had taken. They would reminisce. He killed millions and disabled Delhi. Panth Khalsa was born by him. The 4 Sahibzadas achieved martyrdom. Guruji kept fighting after his sons were martyred. He was not affected by attachment. He was the greatest warrior ever. He killed the sinners. Guruji's words were so powerful, but did not show his power and did everything within the rules of a human being. He had so much stamina and determination. There will never be a person with the determination equal to Guru Gobind Singh Ji's. The king that had over 2 million soldiers in his personal army, 10,000 cannons, and 50,000 swivel guns. He couldn't stand in front of Guru Gobind Singh Ji. The Pahadi Rajas had 150,000 soldiers. They could not take his radiance. The kings had to bow in front of Guruji. The king of China was afraid of Aurangzeb. After reading the Zafarnama, Aurangzeb wrote the Bandhanama, asking for forgiveness. He understood his mistakes. There was no one greater than Guruji. The Hazuri Sikhs asked Pai Ram Kaur Ji for the full history. As Pai Ram Kaur Ji knew Guru Gobind Singh Ji from childhood, he knew every account of Guruji's life. One of the Hazuri Singhs was Pai Sahib Singh Ji Lakhari, who wrote down the words. They said, "Pai Ram Kaur Ji, you are powerful and have the power of divine sight to see past, present, and future. Please tell us the history of Guruji. Tell us what you have seen and heard. Tell us the history of 8 Gurus after Guru Nanak Dev Ji, as well as Guru Gobind Singh Ji's. Tell us what they had done to bless the world and how they helped the Sikhs. We can conserve this history, and the Khalsa Panth will grow by reading the history of the Gurus. These Granths will be a witness to the glories of the Gurus. Scholars will teach this history to others in the future. Sikhs will prosper and strive to be better Sikhs. Devotion and faith will grow inside them. By Ram Kaur Ji, the Panth will be thankful to you. People will hear the history and come into the fold of Gurmat. By Ram Kaur Ji accepted their request and spoke the history of the 9 Gurus, as Guru Nanak Dev Ji's history was already in existence as the Janam Sakhi of Pai Bala. Pai Sahib Singh Lakhari wrote the history as Pai Ram Kaur Ji spoke. Many Sikhs came to hear the history. The history is a great epic that gives peace to the Sikhs in both worlds. Whoever listens to this history, they are granted whatever their hearts desire. This history destroys all pains and grants the listener Brahm Gyaan. Whoever listens or speaks this history with love, Guruji grants him mukti and becomes their protector. And that is the end of the chapter. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.